Hi everyone, it's Monica and welcome back to Tailor-Made Cards for You. Well, today I'm excited to participate in a Halloween video hop with a few of my friends. And I'm going to be putting together a card using this die cut from Tonic Studios and some paper from the Tim Holtz collection. Hopefully you've been enjoying all of the Halloween creations that you've seen along the hop. And today I'm going to create for you a Halloween card using die cuts and some metal elements. I'm not going to have any stamps on this particular card, which is somewhat unusual for me, but let's go ahead and give it a try. So to begin, I cut down my designer cardstock to 4 inches by 5 1/4. And the paper trimmer that I'm using is from Tonic Studios. So once I had my piece of cardstock cut down to the appropriate size, I went ahead and used my paper distresser to distress the edges. Now, some of the die pieces that I'm using on my card today, I've had in my stash for a while. These were given to me when I visited a friend out in Florida, and she and I had a weekend of scrapbooking. I'm going to do my best to find the products so I can list them in my links below. I cut the lattice down to 3 1/2 inches so that way it would mat perfectly on my pre-cut cardstock. And then using my ATG gun, I went ahead and adhered it to my panel. Now I didn't want the edge of my lattice to be raw, so I went ahead and grabbed some spiderweb washi tape to add to the edge, and that way it looks like it was a nice clean finish. Now as we go along, you're going to see that this card has lots of layers, but the layers are strategically designed and laid out to create a scene. I had this skeleton image that I wanted to use, and I thought it would be really fun to have him hanging off the back of the fence. So before I actually adhered this fence, I went ahead and got that skeleton and placed him with his leg around the fence pole, so that way it looks like he's kind of straddling it. Now whenever I am putting together a scene using layers, I have to admit that I do actually test the scene before I actually get on camera and start taping it. There's so many ways that you can go when you're layering your items. I could have easily put this vine behind the fence, or the skeleton could have obviously been in front of the fence, but I like to try different types of layouts to see what I like best, and then I actually get on camera and start taping it. And this is something that I would recommend before you actually glue down any of your items. Get out your ephemera, get out your die cuts, and just try different layouts to see what you like best. And then once you have the layout that you like, I have known people to actually take pictures of the layout before they take off all of the layers, so that way they can remember exactly what it looks like. So that just might be a tip that you can use along the way. Now the pumpkin die cut is from Tonic Studios, and it comes in 2 pieces. I wanted the black portion to be a little bit lifted, so I did take some of my phone tape and adhered it to the back of the black, so it would have some lift. And then I took my tape and glued the pumpkin portion to my scene. I really love how this die cut creates the silhouette image of the black cat inside of the pumpkin. I think it's a really cool effect. And it also makes for a great focal point. Now I wanted to make the edges of my card a little bit more dramatic, so I did take my distress crayon and edged some of the black soot along my frayed edges. As you recall, I did take my paper distresser and frayed the edges, so the crayon sticks to these frayed edges really well. Now the metal band that I'm using is also from the Tim Holtz collection, and it says Bone Collector. And when I saw this metal band, I knew that it would work perfectly with this skeleton. So again, I did have some idea of the layout that I would be putting together. A lot of times I will find a fun sentiment or even a fun image, and then I will build my card around that. In this case, I wanted my focal point to be my pumpkin and my silhouette cat, but I also wanted to have another part of my image focus on the skeleton and the bone collector sentiment. Now at this point my card is almost complete. I only had one little element to add, and that was this metal spider. So with my scene fully completed, I went ahead and adhered it to some white cardstock. So I hope that you've enjoyed my process for putting together this no stamp Halloween card. As always, I will leave a list of all the products that I've used to create the card, along with the links to the stores. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you head out to your next video, and all the links to the videos are listed below. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope to see you again next time.